Okay. All right. So we are now officially live. Um, Sorry for the delay. We had some technical issues, as y'all know. This one, this podcast has been it's on the road, so thanks for bearing with us. Um, okay, so Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast, we are here to uplift humanity. In addition, to go ahead, we need to specifically assist and aid the melanated, woolly-haired beings on the planet that are starting to get this information, to starting to wake up. Um, and I very happy to see that's happening in this day and time. A long time coming. If you haven't already, please go to polka.rabbitpodcast.com and take a look at my book, Bicultural Living and Leaving the World of Illusions. Um, a lot of people have questions why I do this and my what the basis behind it all. Is all in the book. It all makes sense. Besides that, that's enough for me, of course. I'm going to go ahead and let Miss Melissa Lewis go ahead and start this off. We have a whole, as you can see, we have a whole array of individuals, special guests here with us. So, Melissa, go ahead. Could you explain what is going on and, what with the event and, whatever you want to do to build with that, build on that aspect?
Okay. So my name is Melissa Lewis. I'm the CEO and founder of Re-Kee Services, which is an integrative wellness and resource center right here in the city of Stonecrest, Georgia. I also am a therapist. You'll see Monique Knight there. I work with comprehensive as well. Because we try to have a lot of business alliances, Re-Kee Services focuses on the cultivation of the mind, body, and spirit, and we embrace the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, financial, as well as the social parts of ourselves. And that's the most important thing that we need to really look at. But their purpose is to really empower, just like you said, our melanated people, to really embrace holistic self-care and healing. I am providing a one-stop shop we have for holistic health, but also we have a one-stop shop for our businesses. And that is why I am doing this all-in-one health and wealth expo and featured in an outdoor marketplace with businesses as well as other vendors. Now, one thing about the reason why I chose to do this, and let me tell you a little bit history about where the name Re-Kee Services, and a lot of times people think Reiki, but it's Re-Kee, which is a Kiswahili word. And that was given to me by one of my priestesses that I have, a yoga priestess, Onifa Funka. This word means to choose and enjoy life. And people, when you embrace and choose to change things through physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, and financial, which people always like to feel that money is some kind of negative construct, which isn't. It's how we use it. So I wanted to bring this together all in one to sort of look at how we can change our lives. When you want to change things in your life, or when you want to change lots, when something is not doing things that you want it to do, or you want to change things about yourself, we say Re-Kee. So think about it, not Reiki, but Re-Kee. We re-key our lives to open doors to new opportunities. So this wellness and resource opportunity, which is called our indoor outdoor wellness marketplace, not just wellness marketplace, but it all in one indoor business vendor resource. We haven't been together in a while. A lot of vendors are not there anymore. So we're looking for, and we're bringing together accountants, marketing people, social media people, legal representatives, website designers, LLC specialists, business coaches. What, of course, our where I work, comprehensive family care as well, mental health specialists, business coaches, human resources, and we may have a job fair, so we'll talk about that. I'll let her do that. Credit repair specialist. And when we talk about bringing these resources together in one place, I need everybody to come August 19th, Saturday, August 19th, from 12 noon to 6 p.m. with a focus from 2 to 3 on our finances. We got Truist Bank coming in, giving a free workshop for a whole hour. I need you to be there so you can learn about how you deal with business, how we maintain business, and so forth. So I don't want to keep everything going. There might be other questions later, but I want everybody else to really have a chance to really talk about it. And a lot of the people that you see here are the ones who are going to be involved. So take it away, everybody. Thank you. I'm Melissa Lewis.
All right, like I said, we're gonna go right down the line. Okay, who we got next?
I believe Lakeisha's up next.
Lakeisha, yeah, Lakeisha's up next. Miss Lakeisha, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. My name is Lakeisha McCray, of course. I am a mental health therapist. I work with comprehensive family care. I've been a therapist for over 20 years. And then that I've also did 10 years as an administrator in the education field in social services. I also had a homeless shelter for pregnant teenage girls. And so I will be bringing LAM consulting services. And in that, it's just a part of the business and what I provide. So some of that is like I do credit repair. I do budgeting, I do couponing, I hold couponing classes, I do mentorship, I do life coaching, I do certification for life coaching. I also have a manual about how to, if you want to create a life coaching business. I do business credit and then grant writing. So a lot of these things that I actually had to implement in my own business once I started up, and I first got the transitional housing because there was no money. And I went and I got the house for $1, but I didn't have any money. And so in that, I learned how to just apply for grants. And as I did, I got my salary, a grant. I wrote a grant and got my salary. So a lot of things I learned by doing. And so that was just one component of it. Another thing is the mentorship. Some of that, just working with people and having the know-how. A lot of people were asking, did I do it? And before I was like, no, I didn't. I don't do it. But I also offer that as a part of my business. So that's what I'm bringing.
So you kind of learned a lot of this just like dealing with the necessity of moving forward in life in your own life, correct?
Absolutely.
Wow.
2019, I became an entrepreneur full time. Well, I didn't have a paycheck to fall back on, so I had to learn. So a lot of that was learning. I took classes. I also had to get a business coach to help me because I had therapy. I did that. But as far as the future and how it's supposed to look like, I just had to, just hire people to help me on that journey. So that's how I.
So you literally jumped in the water. You like jumped in just, hey, this is it. Let's roll with it, right?
Absolutely, because so a lot of people be like lottery winners, why they go broke? Well, they're not successful hundredaires, so less known thousandaires. So I had to learn to budget the hundreds that I had because I didn't have a lot of money in the beginning. So just learning that, and then I got the know-how. Then I just started teaching other people.
That's amazing. That's, I mean, it's interesting because like just in that at all, a lot of people, they be so nervous and scared just to really, really go after their own dreams. You know what I mean? And just really just say, wait a minute, if so-and-so could do this, why can't I do it? And so, kudos you for that. I can't wait to hear more. And who we got? Mrs. Jerome, we got up next. Mrs. Jerome. Hey, Mrs. Jerome, how you doing?
Hey, good evening, everybody. My name is Jerome Arrington, and I am the CEO of Acumen Transformations. And when we talk about Acumen Transformations, I want you to flip those words for a minute. So when I talk about transformations and you take acumen and you flip it around, and what does acumen mean? It means having a certain level of expertise in a certain area. And transformation as a life coach, transformation as a trainer, as a master trainer, as a business coach, those are the things that I do. I've known Melissa for close to 16 plus years, and I have worked with her. I helped guided her. I've helped provide her with my expertise. She and I have worked together with several clients in teaching and developing courses for people who are in a place of need and want to move forward. I love doing what I do. I love mentoring. I love coaching. I love training, and I love developing folks in their experience. As a life coach, I'm a certified life coach and an ordained minister. And one of the things that I like doing is providing people with an opportunity to develop their goals and then set the steps in place to actually reach their goals. So that's what I do as part of Acumen Transformations.
No, I have to say this because you know, the vast majority of my guests on this show are, melanated individuals that are very conscious, aware, health wise, spirituality, etc. And I just want to say it's so beautiful. Like when I went by this weekend to see y'all the what do you call it, the
Re-
business?
yes, Integrated Wellness Center. Hmm.
Okay, the actual physical place. I actually physically saw the place, and I was just like, I was just so happy to see all these melanated people working together and being, working together and just being prosperous. You know what I'm saying? And we need to see that. We need to see that. I think we're starting to see out in the other world what happens when we work together. If you know what I mean. But it's very important that people see that. Instead of all the craziness that you see when like the arguments, all the craziness that people see. No, we work together and we make it happen on a consistent basis. That's all I've really known, in all honesty, like since I've been in Atlanta, for the last 23 years, is this right here and what I'm seeing in front of me. Brothers and sisters coming to work with. So I definitely appreciate that, and I'm very happy, to I support you 100% in putting this information out for you. All right. So last but definitely not least, we have Miss Monique. How are you doing today, Miss Monique?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm excited to hear so much about. I didn't even know Lakeisha did all that stuff, and uh, but yes, I'm Monique Knight, and I am the CEO of Comprehensive Family Care. I am also CEO of Brown Study Real Estate Corporation, and I am excited about this event because one, the financial piece. I started my career as a business consultant in the 90s, and I focused on marketing and financial, kind of the being able to brand yourself and relate the marketing piece to actual dollars and cents. And then I got an opportunity to move into mental health, and I, like Lakeisha, I started off with a residential practice, but I had a 12 unit group home, and then I moved my focus more into clinical mental health. And I have been doing that since about 2004. And I have scaled my practice from being an independent practitioner making six figures to now having a staff of about, what is it, 18 of us now? Mm-hmm. And getting into the government contracting space, and I also have published 2 books. And on the Brown Study real estate side, I have been in real estate investing on and off for about 20 years. I recently purchased an office building that we operate out of in Conyers, which is one of our locations. And it's very important for me to encourage folks not only to maintain their mental health and clarity of vision about how they're moving as entrepreneurs. I think that a lot of us have this desire for entrepreneurship, but learning how to build your business, scale that business, and the processes and procedures that need to be put in place to maintain a business, we don't necessarily get a lot of information about. And then buying assets. Once you have some money in your business, is being able to translate that into things that are going to allow you to one day retire, so you're not just working yourself to death, and that death is not your retirement plan. And being clear on, what your exit strategy is going to be one day, so that as a business owner, this is not a death sentence. So it's very important to me. I work with a lot of executives. I do a lot of executive coaching. I do a lot of career counseling. I have clients that are in Young Presidents Organization. So YPO is where you go if you're running a business that makes $7 million or more. And So I really want to see more of that, both financial and mental health in folks that look like me. And that's my life's work, is to build that both for myself and the folks that I work with, as well as for anybody that I come in contact with. So
I know you mentioned that you have staffing, and I know that you said that previously you said you were hiring. I want to get back to that a little bit later.
okay.
If we can talk about that. But okay, I'm gonna go kind of like in an interesting, like, chronological kind of order, or foundational order, I'd say. Okay, could y'all please I'll give this Miss Lakeisha, because she's the only one besides Mr. Jerome, the only one I haven't met. Could you please tell these people how important mental health is, and having the mental health resources?
Mental health. So if your mental is off, everything is off. So this is how you function. It's the head, right? So whatever your well-being is, that's how you're going to function, and that's how you're going to show up in life. So the mental well-being and the emotional health is very important. So if that's off, it just throws everything else about you off.
Mm-hmm.
And like in the melanated community, if you deal with mental issues, we already know there's certain stigmas, and people be like, oh, they crazy, or or you be okay, you pray it off, or rub some dirt on it, or you all right. So could we kind of work on breaking that spell? I'm going to say spell straight up, that spell about how it's just okay by doing these simple things, as opposed to doing mental health work to make yourself better mentally.
So
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead,
I was
Jerome.
going to jump in.
You got it, Jerome. You got it.
So here's what I want to say.
Uh-huh.
We have been conditioned, are generationally conditioned, that the church is going to save us, and having this belief system that if you just go to church, if you just pray, everything is going to be all right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what's missing in that equation is the emotional things that you need to do to better yourself, the mental things that you need to do to better yourself. And so as a community, it's folks like myself, Lakeisha, and the other folks on this list, we need to advocate for emotional healing, spiritual healing, as well as mental healing. So it's a three-pronged approach. You definitely have to take care of the mental, and we have to encourage anybody and everybody. When you are in certain circumstances and situations, you need someone who is trained, certified, and licensed to help you with your mental issues. But in addition to that, you need someone who can help you manage your emotional state, your emotional well-being. And there's a spiritual component to that. You can't leave that out. You can't ignore it and not believe that there is something to it. So you have to tie all three of those together. And I think what Melissa has done with her organization and the things that she advocates for, all of those things are important. And Melissa goes a step further by tying in your physical wellness as well. So when you pull all four of those together, you have a whole person, which is so important. And we in our community, the melanated community and beyond, we need to be focusing on the whole person, not just part of the person.
Absolutely. I agree.
Yeah, definitely. I would just, in addition to what Jerome was saying, when I first realized that Melissa's organization existed, I was so amazed. I had never seen an integrated wellness center with the capacity to offer the range of services that Re-Kee Services does. And that's why we just moved my business right on in there, because I just wanted to be a part of it, because it is absolutely amazing.
I appreciate that. And that's one of the reasons why I actually started it. And thank you so much also, Zoe, for allowing yourself to really come down. And you actually took the time this weekend to take a look at everything that we do. And I am thankful for everybody who participates in it with the range of services, definitely also that Lakeisha has that I didn't also know. And that is very, very big for people, especially when you talk about couponing. But I thank you, Jerome, also, and I thank you, Monique, both also for being a part of it, because Jerome has been by my side when I first started it and how I started it. And when I actually began to say, how do I even know the wellness people? How do I find these people? And just like the saying would say, if you build it, they will come. If you build it, they will come. And they have come, and they keep coming. And sometimes when I say that this is a hub for people who are starting their business, a lot of times they may stay for 6 months, they may stay for a year, however length of time that they are supposed to be there. And hopefully they learn from whatever their experience is to make them better as business people, as individuals, and providing these wonderful services, especially the holistic practitioners, these services that people sometimes never knew about. When they never knew about these things and they learned and they were like, oh, I didn't know there's a foot detox, reflexology, iridology, all these offering complementary and alternative health modalities for people to actually see and know. That is one of the reasons why I actually did this. And I'm happy that I did it. I'm happy I had the opportunity, and I'm happy to also have the range of practitioners that I do have in there to offer these services. So now we're taking it to another step, taking the practitioners, taking the people, taking the community, and educating them on finance. I used to teach financial literacy. This is an awesome opportunity for people to be at that one-stop shop.
Well, and that's it's very interesting that you say like that it is a one-stop shop, because when I was walking through there, I was like, wait a minute, if I think I'm going to get my tantra on to learn, or if I want to have a private a service ritual, I could do it in there. If I want to have family therapy, I could do it in there. If I wanted to have, it's like anything that you could do for upliftment and to build yourself, and everything we're really talking about. If this is a place, me personally, like this, I've never seen anything like that. And it just, it's amazing, to see that.
And we need each other. Like,
Yeah.
I know certain parts of business. I know therapy. I know a lot of media. My background in media was forever. Like, I ain't gonna even tell you how long, but it was like that way. However, social media and people are like, why are you not posting? Why are you not posting? I get the experts to do that. I get those people to do that. And that's actually who are all going to be at this event. Anything that you actually need, accountants, bookkeepers. Hey, we also need some more tax people. So if you're a tax person, please, and you're living in the city of Atlanta, please try to attend. Or you could just fly down and actually come and be a part of it. But we have so many opportunities for people to be able to not only expand their business, but educate other people on finances and how they can deal with it, and stop looking at how we use money. Use it as a tool that it's meant to be.
Yeah. No, that's so true. So another thing is that I just noticed, like in our community, it's just that, like, how to explain it, we just don't, I should not, well, I'm gonna say this on our community, but we're just not aware of all of these resources that we have of information. We're just not aware. We like Jerome was saying, we only have the church, but we just don't have knowledge of all these different resources that we have. You know what I mean? Could you guys kind of talk about the different type of resources that we have to assist these people with the different modalities that they might have, they might have?
I'll give that to Monique. Monique, tell them about these resources we have, and definitely end up talking about the job fair for people and what you need.
So I can speak a little bit about the counseling resources. So as far as counseling, we offer the full range of services. So if you're a young person or a middle-aged person or an older person, and you're trying to make some big decisions about what to do for your career, we have folks that can help you with that and do some career counseling. If you're in a stage of transition in your life and you're looking for a therapist to help you sort through your the options and make some decisions, then we have people that can help you with that. If you're grieving, or you're in a divorce, or you have children or you're in the perinatal period in your life and you're struggling emotionally and you're experiencing some postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety or postpartum psychosis, we have folks that can assist you with making good, healthy choices about how to manage those concerns. And then if you are just looking for somebody to talk to and somebody to listen that's unbiased and can help you manage some stress, and especially if you are an entrepreneur, because that comes with a lot more responsibility and a lot more questions that you have to answer for yourself in life, then we do have folks that specialize in the challenges that come with entrepreneurship. Since our agency has some state contracts, we are also hiring folks that are interested in working in the mental health social services world, whether you're somebody who has been on the journey and is looking for a clinical supervisor, which I am, or if you're new to the experience and you're just straight out of high school and you have a little bit of experience, but you're not quite sure if this is the field for you and you need some guidance, we're looking for people that have all those levels of skill set to help us fulfill some of our state contracts.
Okay. That's good. That's good.
I'm sorry. Let's get into meat and potatoes about the actual details of the actual event itself. Could you talk about like the time frame, what is going to be going on, so people kind of know what they'll be getting involved with the event?
Okay, so I just want to piggyback on what Monique was saying, which is going to
Okay.
enter into also what's happening at the event. So the hiring that she's talking about, if you bring your resume and sign up at the table, she's going to have a table for comprehensive family care, and we will be not only just hiring the therapist and if you need a clinical director, but even as far, I think we're going to actually do paraprofessionals, which can have a high school diploma and all the way up. So we've got a range from high school diploma all the way to master's, but please come if you love kids, if you love families, if you love helping. We have a contract that allows us to be able to get people that are a part of that. So bring your resume, bring your good face, and be a part of this August 19th event. That's going to have a number of vendors. It's going to have food. We got food trucks. We got food people. We got the grill out there. We have music, entertainment. We actually have the bunny lady. We call it, I think a lot of people heard about her, Bunny Adventures. She'll be bringing this live bunny, and it's so cute. It's a part of activities for your kids. So don't say that you can't make it because the children bring them. We're giving some free food for the kids. You adults have to pay for your food. And we're also having face painting. So there's entertainment. And of course, please do not miss the financial workshop from Truist Bank. This gentleman is so excited about having our melanated people understand financial literacy and has come to do this free workshop. Please do not miss it. It's from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. Saturday, August the 19th. Now, the place we're having it is 7900 Mall Ring Road. That's really right next to Re-Kee Services office in Stonecrest. But it's called the America Inn by Wyndham, 7900 Mall Ring Road, Stonecrest, Georgia. So we definitely going to have it in the conference room. So indoors, they're going to have a lot of various, vendors, business vendors. And then we have on the outside some of the other vendors. We have the chiropractor, the massage, the reflexology. We're not going to do foot detox, but a part of what we actually do at Re-Kee Services to provide all of these complementary health services. So along with mental health, we have our self-care. Self-care is very important, which that's why Monique and I collaborated. Then we got business consultants. You got Lakeisha, we have Jerome, we have a number of people who are signed up to actually help you on your journey to actually being the best that you can be as far as your business. Even if you're not really knowing what to actually do, we have career coaches to help with that. intuitive career coaches too. I, for one, am one. So, I won't be doing that there, but you can sign up, please, for me. But we also have businesses that allow us to get monies. And I know, Lakeisha, you would deal with a lot of grants and teaching grant writing classes. I also work with Brickstone Funding Solution, which is a part of my other business. And I encourage people to have multiple, forms of income so that you can keep money flowing. This is about us flowing with money, different funnels working together. So please, this is the Health and Wealth Expo that's going to be featuring an indoor-outdoor business vendor marketplace. August 19th from 12 noon. We're going to start at 12 noon. We're going to end at 6 o'clock so that you can get a chance to actually go around and see everybody. But do not miss this free workshop with this gentleman coming out. He wants our melanated people to know a lot. From 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. We need you there. August 19th from 12 noon to 6 p.m. So do not walk into the workshop at 2:30. Try to be there on time, my wonderful people. So anybody else, please get anybody else come in before I start and talking.
Jerome, I got a question for you because I like that last answer you just said. Can you please make the connection of mental health, spirituality, and wealth?
So that's actually an easy one. So here it is. One of the things I think people have spent too much time, especially in the church, they've made money a bad thing and they've turned it into something evil. Money is not evil. Being able to have wealth is not evil. Now, I want to caution people. I'm not talking about the prosperity doctrine that some of our ministers have taken on to milk our people and take from them. But I'm talking about you have the ability, and you as an individual have the ability to use your God-given gifts to be wealthy. And I teach people and I talk about, the difference between being prosperous and abundance. Prosperity is not about how much money you have. It's about how you enjoy life. Abundance is not about how much money you have. It's about using what you have to enjoy life. And that may be confusing for some people because so often we equate living well with having lots of money. But the truth of it is, people who have lots of money have miserable lives. They have problems with their family. They have problems in their business. So it's not about the money. Money itself is simply a tool. And so when we look at our spiritual well-being and our financial well-being, really the two, the connection point is if you have comfortability within yourself, you understand who you are, you understand where your strength comes from, you understand where your power comes from, you don't rely on money to make you happy. And so that connection basically is, if you remember that money and financial well-being is simply a tool, it's a means to an end, it's not the end. So in using those tools, yes, can you live well? You absolutely can. But we want people to understand that your emotional well-being, your mental and spiritual well-being, those are absolutely necessary for us to be successful and for us to be able to do the things that we want to do. So the things that Melissa is doing and focusing on building your business, being an entrepreneur, it will help everyone, build their business, helping them understand what prosperity and abundance. And so you have this.
Go ahead.
Okay. We might need some mute your.
Zoe, you might need to mute your thing because we don't see you anymore.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, but we can't see you.
A lot of feedback.
Okay, yeah, I'm working on something. You can go ahead. I'm sorry, I'm trying to fix it on my end.
Okay. Well, and basically what I'm saying is if you think about it, it doesn't have to be complicated. And I think what happens far too often is we make it complicated. And the complication comes in is when you start talking about money, when you start talking about financial literacy, when you start talking about wealth building, people all of a sudden disassociate what the emotional connection to that is, what the spiritual connection to that is. When those things are in balance, your abundance and prosperity grows. When you are comfortable mentally, emotionally, and physically, it makes it that much easier to enjoy your financial well-being. And I'd love to hear from Lakeisha or from Monique how you guys feel about that.
I just believe that the lack of knowledge, people perish, right? My grandparents, they kind of had a slave mentality, like the poverty mindset. And I believe in the importance of mind, body, because it's important. If we understand like the foundations and the aspects by what we learned or what we were taught, it kind of affects the morals and values that we live by. So some of that stuff is outdated because they didn't know, because nobody taught them. And so again, ignorance, right? Because we didn't know, and then we pass those things on, generational things. And then it's like, well, if nobody understands and nobody is teaching us, how will we learn and come out of things that we thought, okay, if we pray it away, sometimes that don't work, if we wish it away, that don't work, so they knew because they just didn't know any better. And so when we understand those foundations, right, we'll know how to change them and move on, right?
This is very interesting to me, just like living in a day and time and where, because it's like all of us here, people here, it's like we get it. We learned it. We went through all of our experiences. You know what I'm saying? We got the knowledge, and now we're here to share, to literally be here to break these generational curses. To set up a new culture amongst our people of prosperity. In a lot of other cultures, they have, finances, all these different things inside of their culture already. But, us as melanated people, it's taboo. Like you say, like you run to the church to get all these answers. And, a lot of these answers aren't there for us in the church. You know what I mean?
But
So,
can I correct something for a moment? I
Sure.
want to correct something that you stated. It's not that other cultures are better equipped at this than we are. That's a misconception. Because the truth of the matter is, they're ignorant as well, but they've been given a leg up to help us from a societal standpoint to keep melanated people that look like you and I down. And I'm not here to talk about politics or the things that go into that, but there has been an active culture to keep people of Black African American heritage in a certain space, and in so doing, so promoting other minorities instead of us and keeping us down and portraying a certain level of ignorance around, well, they're lazy and they don't want to work and they don't want to do. And so generationally, we have our grandparents and our grandparents' grandparents. They didn't learn things like how to manage a checkbook, how to manage credit cards, why credit is important, why it's not important, what things are relevant about building a business. But we have in our neighborhoods, Koreans and others own beauty salons and everything. Why is that? Because they were elevated by a certain group over us so that they could keep us down. And so in educating ourselves in that mental space, in that spiritual space, understanding what prosperity and abundance look like, and teaching fundamentals, financial fundamentals, it helps us grow the next generation. We can still work with this generation, but it helps the next generation. I tell my grandchildren and I tell my nieces and nephews, you need to understand financial literacy. And I may not be able to teach everything. So go to a financial advisor. Understand that when you get a job at a corporation, what it means to have a 401k or have a Roth IRA or any of those things. But talk to a financial advisor about your future. Because even if you don't stay with that company, you need to know what that looks like when you move to your next company and so on.
I totally agree.
Yeah, I agree as
Yeah.
well. Let me kind of, what my thing was, and me being in my age, and when I look at culture just around me and look at our culture, those are the things that aren't talked about on the forefront. You know what I mean? It's more so things about, you know, if you get money, you handle it certain ways. Um, Having an educated way to look at ways of dealing with wealth, finance, etc. You know, that's something that our community, I just, you know, me personally, throughout my years, I just haven't seen pushed on a consistent basis. You know,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm very happy that, you know, we have these resources and individuals like you that can teach us, because now is the time in which we need, you know, the most important time. There's no excuse anymore for anybody. You know what I mean? The information's out there. We can do anything that anybody else. Yes, they can have a leg up, and I agree with you 100%. But you know that can't stop us. Just continue to learn this information and move forward.
Yeah, and I think that that's an important thing to us that is connected to the race-based trauma that a lot of us have experienced and need therapy for, is that the propaganda tells us that we're weak and we're less than and we can't and we don't and et cetera, et cetera. But the reality is that Black women start more businesses every year than anybody else. And you know, even though we have experienced challenges after challenges after challenges for the last 400 plus years, we have the resilience to excel again and again and again. We 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 aren't given the 40 acres and a mule. We find a way to buy the land. We build the Black Wall Streets. We create the power systems, and we collaborate and we build it, and then it gets destroyed. It's not that we can't, it's that these things are attacked again and again and again. And not to get on my political soapbox, but that's why each one of us need to really get in tune with our mental health care, because it is under attack. And the same messages that we're hearing that say that, mama and daddy couldn't didn't have good credit, or they didn't pay their bills on time, or whatever it is, a lot of those things are not true, because it takes a whole lot to have a family and manage a family and buy a house on $2 than it does on $20. So we had to be amazing mathematicians in order to survive the realities that we've experienced in this country. And I don't want to undermine our ancestors' intellect or ingenuity in getting us to a place we are. We just have to, in this day, acknowledge those things and allow what our ancestors have literally passed down in our genetic code to come out and flourish, and not walk in this place of shame and degradation that is being heaped upon us. So it's in there. The greatness is there. We just have to figure out how to release it.
And that is one of the reasons why I decided to really make sure that we had an avenue to do that through this program and through this actual August 19th event. Put everybody out there. Go and check them out. Everybody needs to really come out for this event, because it's very important for you to really understand and try to get as much information that you can get from all these wonderful vendors that are going to be out there to teach you. I used to teach financial literacy, and people would say, oh, we didn't have it back in the day. We had it back in the day. We knew how to do a checkbook. But now these kids, everybody's coming up in this generation. Financial literacy is just a thing of the past, or we just going to make money. Don't know how to keep money. I just retired. And in my retirement, I sat there and I decided that I'm going to make sure that I have something planned for me in my next steps. And this is why I ended up doing the work that I'm doing. And I've had Re-Kee services, but I explored more and built it up more to make sure that people can try to follow a plan that works.
So can you explain which workshops are going to be going on, and what people should expect when they get there at 12 o'clock?
So at 12 o'clock, I know for a fact that we're going to start up. All the vendors will be there. That means people who are going to help with startups, the LLC, people who are going to be accountants. There's legal aid people, because insurance people, because a lot of times everything that we need when we're starting a business, we always have to jump around. Oh, I forgot that. I don't have that. This is not something that I didn't know. I made so many mistakes when I opened up my brick and mortar because I didn't really understand totally what was needed for me to do, and even dealing with the business licenses. And that still is that understanding how to deal with your particular county and getting your business license. You can't just be opening up businesses and start doing things just willy-nilly. So figure out how that starts. Check out these business coaches, business consultants, get your EIN, get your LLC. Some of you don't necessarily need to have the LLC. Maybe it's just doing DBAs, doing business as. When you're doing business as, you may not make enough money for your LLC. I know people tell you sometimes, hey, get an LLC, protect your, what are you protecting? So finding out what it is that you're trying to do. I'm just, you know what I'm saying? That's fine that you're getting the LLC, and don't get me wrong. You got specialists that are going to be talking about that. Even the bankers are going to be there, and they will tell you the difference with having the personal account and having your business account. So when you first come in at 12 o'clock, we got food, we got entertainment, enjoy that. Then check out the workshop from 2 to 3. From there, visit all the rest of the vendors and support them. These are small businesses that need your help, that need your support. You know, now Lakeisha is definitely credit repair. Please, 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 people, stop putting your children on your credit, messing up their credit before they even become 18. Can we please stop doing that? Maybe we can learn how to build.
Once you got an 800 credit score and you adding them to a $20,000 line of credit, and boost that 18-year-old's credit up to an 800 real quick, because
there you go.
My baby about to buy a house. So, but yes,
and support each other. Support each other. We have so much competition. Stop with the competition. Everybody has their specialties. People should be sitting up here listening to what we're talking about now, not trying to go against it, but working on thinking about what finances look like. How do I build my credit? How do I make my wealth continue through generations to come? That's what we really need to work on. Legal. How about the legal aid? People are coming there. Get your will. We don't know what's happening. You're getting people who are stuck and, unfortunately transitioning, don't have anything going on. Where's your will? Then it's stuck in probate. Find out information that you need to find out about to help you build not only yourself, but your family and the wealth in generations to come.
Okay. Now, is there any more details that we have? We have the we have the date, we have the information. Now, is there anything else that we want to go ahead and give for this? For the people dealing with this specific event.
So I have told vendors, all the vendors that are going to be there, this is what I'm saying. What? First of all, does everybody know on this line, what does it mean to be a vendor? Please talk. Please say it. Because vendors support each other. When we used to have networking events years ago, we would have other people come, and that's how it makes it happen. So as a vendor, I'm challenging each vendor that's going to be there that they have to bring 12 or more. The person who has the most, minimum 12 people that they have brought to this event will not only get their money back, it's only going to be one person, get their money back, but also get another gift. The second place person will get a Re-Kee Services complimentary service. So understand that this will happen. Also, when you bring, we're going to be giving door prizes away. And I'm asking also for vendors to be putting things into the goodie bag so people can know who you are when they win it. So bring people. Don't just sit there, bring yourself. That's not how we network. That is not how we network. Bring other people to the event. Thank you so much, Zoe, for actually getting us an opportunity to be a part of what this podcast, as well as the promotion that you've actually had. Now, see, I can preach all day and I won't, but I'm about building wealth together and working together and bringing people. Vendors bring people. Other people who hear this bring people. People who need to be able to have help in their finances, understanding finances, talking to the bankers. If you have a problem with the money part, ask somebody about it. Hey, speak your piece. But that's what I'm asking. So that's what I'm saying on that part. Does anybody else have anything to say?
I think you said it.
I think we're all just excited to be a part of the event and a part of supporting Re-Kee services.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm going to do everything I can, to push this and get as many people I can out, because I believe in what y'all are doing, and from the top to the bottom. And I appreciate all y'all, because y'all are healers. Y'all are helping us. Y'all are helping us get back in our right state of mind, and get back to where we need to be spiritually and all the above. So y'all are teachers. You're master teachers, and I appreciate what y'all are doing so much, and I support you 100%. And I'll continue to keep on pushing this out, try to get as many people I can out to it.
Well, I appreciate that. And then you're speaking of spirituality. We are all spiritual beings. We're all spiritual beings. But what I want to say, don't be so spiritually bound that you're no earthly good.
I like that.
Exclamation mark.
That's it. All right. Well, I want to thank all y'all on there, and for coming on here. And like we see here, the Health and Wealth Expo, August 19th, ReikeServices.com. You can contact Melissa there, and for vendors, please contact her there as well. Polka Dot Rabbit Podcast. We're out of here, and thank all y'all so much. Have a great night.
Thank you.